I'm a noble in the brink of ruin, so I might as well master magic. 12 episodes, fantasy, adventure, and isekai. Now, during this review, I'm going to be bring up another anime reincarnated as a slime a lot. And while once I get my review going, you're going to see why. So let's start. Now we have our main character that got isekai. He didn't get reborn as a baby. No, he just simply opened his eyes and he was in the body of the firstborn son of a noble family. His name Liam. Now Liam, like I said, is the fourth-born son. So yes, he doesn't have the leg up in the family. He's not going to inherit any businesses. He's not going to inherit a no noble title. So he has to find his own way in order to survive once he reaches adulthood. Now, how does he do that? Well, like the title, Mastering Magic, he simply, while in the second day of being isekai, he learned going to his lessons, noble lessons, discovering that yes, in this world there's magic. And as soon as he finds out, he goes to the library, grabs a grimoire, and immediately on his first try being able to do magic. Why? Because he's the main character, damn it. Sorry. Now, yes, he. Well, look, the magic system in this anime is super complicated. Having to have having to have grimoires on hand all the time. So obviously you're going not going to be carrying so many books in order to be able to do every single spell. So he has a ring that functions as a storage device, and he has a lot, thousands, even millions of grimoires that he collects throughout the, well, I'm going to leave it at a couple of thousands during the course of the 12 episodes. Now, yes, he learns magic. Now, he, like, in order to being able to survive and self-sustain himself, he later on decides to become an adventurer. And during his adventure, he does team up with two lovely ladies. Now, the whole being an adventure thing lasted half an episode. The whole adventure thing went nowhere. They went for half an episode. They went to one episode, one adventure, and the whole being an adventure going to quest never came up again. So that whole adventure thing, a waste of a wasted plot point is going to say. Now later on, because the firstborn son of the noble family, he wanted to do something great, so he wanted to kill a dragon. So he decided to free a dragon that was sealed away, and he obviously he was the dragon was way too strong. So this is where the whole reincarnated slime comes in, because our main character Liam fights a little bit against the dragon. The dragon, Radon, acknowledge him. So what he does, he decides to give him his powers and goes inside the body of Liam, and you can see a crest of a dragon in his hand. So yeah, but just the dragon is inside his body. Okay, well, is this enough to compare it reincarnated as a slime? Not necessarily, but it keeps going. Then the dragon gives him a piece of land where the main character builds a kingdom, him becoming a king, like reincarnated as a slime. Then with the powers that the dragon and also teaching him spells, our main character Liam he can make contracts with creature, monster, spirits, and he can name them. And when he names them, they level up and become an upgraded version of that species, from wolf to werewolf, from lesser spirit to medium to higher spirit. Yeah, like the whole upgrade to a stronger species through a sort of thing, like reincarnated as a slime. So yes, there's many things that remind you at reincarnated as a slime. The dragging in, teaching him spells, kingdom, being surrounded by trying to make a kingdom where both monsters and humans can live together. The best way. So yes, that's why I thought in the beginning that was going to be reincarnated as a slime a lot. Now, before I continue going, the whole upgrade system where he can name people and they transform from a lesser species to an upgraded species, most of them make sense. The spirits, the wolf to werewolf, and the troll to, I forgot the name of the species, but most of them made sense. But for some reason, the whole pixie being upgraded to then transform to an elf is just weird to me. It's not the same thing. I thought that it was going to go from pixie to a fairy, or pixie to a high pixie or something like that. But the pixie to a pixie to an elf, I just don't see don't see that. Now, another thing that this anime also introduces a lot of story plot points that just simply don't go nowhere. They present something and it never gets brought up again. The one that I said a while ago about he becoming an adventurer, like I said, only lasted half an episode, never got brought up again. Later, he discovers that with the help of a ring, he can make the terrain, his kingdom, float in the air with ancient magic, like for 1 minute. Never got brought again throughout the rest of the episode. Then he because he's being surrounded by three different kingdoms. The first, his home country or home kingdom, they offer him the third princess to be wed, to create well relations. Yet he said, okay, I'm going to marry her, but give me 1 year so I can properly prove yourself that this kingdom will be worthy of her. And yes, after that, the whole them being technically fiancés never got brought up again. Then another princess from another kingdom gets offered also towards him, and she was pretty much a Trojan horse, because the princess was rigged with an explosive spirit that it was going to blow up, kill her, and get the other kingdom that offer her an excuse to say, "Oh, you killed our princess. You're just a bunch of monsters. Let's just invade." After, obviously, because our main character was able to stop the whole the explosion and the princess still being alive and well, the kingdom was, oh darn, we failed. And for some reason after that episode or that scene, the whole the kingdom trying to kill the that princess got never got brought up again. So for some reason, yes, during the entire anime they keep bringing up stuff and going nowhere with it, and it was very frustrating because some of them could have given this anime a well deserved plot, because during all 12 episodes it's simply him. Yes, he's very in love with magic, but just going, but just every single episode as introducing a new spell, introducing an out of box way in order to use it. Yes, that's fine and all, that's the core, but there has to be a plot, a story, and each time I feel they're going to go, there's introducing a well plot, like I said, they just don't go anywhere with it. Also, now that I remember the whole reincarnated as slime, something that I forgot to mention, the dragon Radon also later on takes the form of a human. Also, not like Valtorian, like from reincarnated as a slime, that he goes to a manly sort of human figure. No, the Radon from this anime decides for some reason to become a lolly girl, and it makes no sense because thousands and thousands of years old. Right now I'm watching another anime that I'm going to review later, where is also a dragon that lived throughout thousands of years, and when that dragon takes a human form, it's a thick women, adult women. And if for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's because I don't particularly like this anime, and it annoyed me throughout. We're introducing plot points, doing stuff like reincarnated as a slime, but in a worse way. But the whole being a 1,000-year-old dragon taking a human form and being a lolly, I don't know, it bothered me for some reason, and I maybe because I simply don't like this anime, because like in reincarnation slime there's Lilem that's also a lolly dragon. So let me just end it here. So giving you my honest up, let me just give you a quick rundown of my opinions before I give you my score. The main character and the supporting characters, honestly, they're boring. The whole magic and doing stuff outside of the box can only get you so far throughout the episodes. It got tiring very soon. The story, other than him simply building a kingdom and introducing magic to help to facilitate the everyday life of people, that's the mostly the only plot, I guess. Not necessarily a story, because every time they try to do a story, it goes nowhere. The magic system in this world is super complicated. It was it was complicated, but it didn't have to be. Let me see if there I'm going forgetting anything. Yes, I think I'm going to leave it here. This is just simply like many people say, diet reincarnated as a slime, lesser reincarnated as a slime. Look, between this and just watch reincarnated as a slime. It does mostly the same thing as this anime, but much better. So I'm going to stop my review here and give you my score, and I'm going to give this one the score of a 4 out of 10. Mostly I was thinking about giving it, throughout the episodes I was going to give it a 5, being average, but with so many plot points just simply going nowhere by the end of the 12 episode season, I it just, to me, just went down to a 4. So I'm going to leave it here now. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're from, and see you next video.